Matt, today's days, we've got Chewing Gum Day, Bakery Day, and World Pole Dance Day.
Pole dance? Describe that to me. What's that?
Well, you dance on a pole or around a pole.
Okay.
Yeah.
Doesn't have to be provocative.
Doesn't have to be naked.
The Wikipedia for it says takes place not only in gentlemen's clubs as erotic dance, but also as a mainstream form of fitness. Kate?
There you go.
That's exciting stuff. And then, but do you think you could pole dance and chew gum at the same time?
Absolutely not.
Do you think you could pole dance and do anything else at the same time?
No, probably not.
Do you think you could pole dance just by itself?
Probably not.
Okay.
I think I definitely lack the upper body strength, pelvic strength, any strength to hang on a pole. Yeah.
You don't have to leave the ground, probably, right? Can't you just kind of walk around it to some music?
I mean, then that's not dancing, right? That's the pole walk around.
Yeah. Good point. Kate, are you prepared to protect your sensitive vegetation?
My sensitive vegetation. I'm going to need more details before I answer that.
It's one of my favorite phrases this time of year. And National Weather Service Kansas City yesterday was the first one to bring it to my attention for the season here. It's about that time of year to make preparations for our most sensitive vegetation, but are still 1 to 4 weeks from when the average first freeze usually occurs. No freeze expected in the next 7 days. So sensitive vegetation being like your plants that could get frozen.
Gotcha.
Yeah. You have any like that?
I don't.
No.
Nope.
Womp womp.
I mean, when do we blow out our sprinklers? When are we done watering the grass is what I want to know.
Oh, I think that depends on whether you're putting seed down now. I don't know.
I don't know either.
That's a question for my dad, not me.
I know that I'm done with the sprinklers.
You guys are sprinkling over there?
Yeah.
You have automatic ones, huh?
We do.
And you say blow them out, do you have to connect like a compressed air thing to them or something?
I don't know how that works. I just know that that's something that we have to hire somebody to do. Blow out our sprinklers so we can get ready for winter.
That's a mo money, mo problems kind of situation there, isn't it?
Is it?
I think so. I don't know. Every time I'm like, you know what? I make more money than I did years ago, and I got to think, and it's like, now I've got to maintain this thing. Damn it.
I mean, it came with the house, so we're down.
Okay, well, it came with the house, but it was a new house.
Yeah.
Could you have opted out?
Maybe.
Yeah. Now you got to blow out your sprinklers, something I would have never guessed was something that needed done.
Right.
But no, I have no idea. I have no idea when you're supposed to stop. I think it really does depend on whether you throw new seed down.
Okay.
And I don't know when the last date to do that is. You can dead seed, I think, also where you throw seed down and then don't necessarily water it. I don't know. I feel like I'm getting into trouble talking about it. I don't want to lead anyone astray. But in the meantime, know that, there's no freeze in the forecast yet, but we're coming up on the date when you will need to protect your sensitive vegetation. And yes, most times when I say it, I am thinking, well, I'm in my brain's in the gutter, as we say here. I'm Matt and Kate. Ooh, my sensitive vegetation.
Sensitive vegetation.
Yeah.
Matt, yesterday was Drink Coffee Day.
Yes, it was.
I meant to ask you, do you prefer hot or cold coffee? And when I say cold coffee, I mean like iced coffee. Beverages that are meant to be served cold and not like 2-hour-old coffee.
I like cold brew.
Okay.
Quite a bit. I make cold brew at home. You know, you soak the grounds in some water for 24 hours in the fridge. That's how I do it, at least. And it's far less acidic than hot coffee is.
Yep.
But there's also iced coffee that is brewed hot and then poured over ice. So they're different things. So that one's still a little bit acidic. And I still like hot coffee too, but the cold brew definitely messes with my stomach less.
There are benefits to both hot and cold coffee. And like you said, it's less acidic, but iced coffee may also be helpful in protecting you against heart attacks. And cold brews generally have less caffeine, So that's better for people who like to drink coffee but feel a little shaky from it.
Yeah, I've pushed myself toward panic attacks before with hot coffee. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And for some reason, iced coffee is better for your teeth.
Interesting.
Yeah. Hot coffee also there's lots of benefits to hot coffee. So I'm not trying to, as a non-coffee drinker, I'm not trying to steer one person one way or another. There are benefits to both.
Well, maybe the hot coffee opens up, you know how like hot water opens up the pores in your face?
Okay.
Maybe hot coffee opens up the pores in your teeth and then stains them?
Maybe it's the acidic. Maybe because it's less acidic, it's better for your teeth.
Maybe.
But hot coffee, you have a lower risk of cancer, heart disease, diabetes, and premature death.
Damn.
Because of the antioxidants in hot coffee. And sometimes just smelling hot coffee can help you wake up and feel less stressed.
Okay. Is this going to change are you going to at least start brewing coffee just to smell it?
Nah. No. That sounds like a waste.
Yeah, 'cause you mentioned one of the reasons why you don't drink coffee is because you really are appalled by the smell.
I don't like it. It's not one of those smells like a fart smell where you're like, ugh, but it's not one where I'm like, yeah, I'll try that. Yeah.
Oh, man. So do you leave the house when Mont fires up the coffee pot there on Saturdays and Sundays or what?
No. And sometimes he'll go get coffee, but a lot of times he just we have a Keurig, so he makes a cup of Keurig. He used to do the whole thing with the press and the kettle and all that, but it takes too long. So he just does the Keurig.
It's a to-do. Yeah.
Yep.
And I think Keurig is some of the coffee you can have, but convenience, you know?
Yeah.
People like it still has enough caffeine for me. Yes. Okay. I don't care.
Yeah. He's not a coffee snot, so he's good with the Keurig.
Yeah.
Yep.
Hit up the gas station at 6:00 at night and get a cup of coffee. Would he do that? You trust some really old coffee?
Maybe.
Okay.
I think he's more hitting up the gas station at 6:00 at night, getting beer. So.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. Probably not coffee.
Right. Coffee at night. It's not good for your sleep. A bunch of alcohol isn't necessarily good for your sleep either, but you know.
Alcohol's way better than coffee. Yeah.
You can fall asleep, but then you're drunk while sleeping, which isn't good for your brain or
it's not good
something.
Sleep.
I don't know. Lots of science on today's show.
Lots.
Yeah. So, Kate, I was talking yesterday about oh, man, the flying car isn't going to happen anytime soon.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, maybe we can just rocketeer it. We can have jetpacks.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And then hours later, I run into this story. This jet suit could make you fly like Iron Man if you're rich.
If you're rich.
$400,000.
Woo!
And it kind of goes to, from time to time, we date ourselves on this show. We mention something like, God, you guys are old. The Utes might think.
Right.
Iron Man, yes, is a more appropriate description than Rocketeer for a lot of our younger listeners. So, blind spot. So this dude was showing it off, the founder of a company called Gravity, and was hovering 10 or 15 feet into the air. And it's like, oh, that's impressive. But they say it has a top speed of 80 miles an hour and is technically capable of reaching an altitude of 12,000 feet.
Oh.
You think you could take a ride up there at 12,000 feet, Kate?
I think that's a little higher than what I'd plan to go.
Yeah. I don't blame you. There are some cool potential applications for this, not just for rich people to blast off and everything, but for air ambulance services.
Right.
Paramedics might be able to strap the suit on and get to critically ill patients ahead of more emergency vehicles, things like that.
Now, see, when you started talking about that jetpack, I thought you were going to talk about what I was going to talk to you about, which is there was a man in Saudi Arabia wearing a jetpack working to deliver food to residents in high-rise condos and apartments.
Look at us falling face first into jetpack news just after.
I know. Isn't that weird?
It's weird. Ooh.
He had a jetpack on his back, and then he carried the hot box in front of his body and delivered food.
God.
To high-rise condos and apartments.
Intense.
Well, I mean, I can't see it costing $400,000 just to deliver food. So maybe they've got the discount brand.
Yeah, I wouldn't expect your Uber Eats to arrive via dude wearing a rocket pack anytime soon, unfortunately. Here, people are having a hard enough time getting the food to arrive at all.
Right.
Let alone,
or not sampled.
Not sampled. Yeah.
Did you hear that people are trying to cancel Katy Perry?
No. What'd she do? What'd she do?
Thanks to the Netflix series, Jeffrey Dahmer, a lot of kids who loved Katy Perry's song Dark Horse had a rap from Juicy J about Jeffrey Dahmer. They didn't know who Jeffrey Dahmer was. Now that they've watched the show, they're like, whoa.
Oh, I see.
Juicy J, here's the line. The rap in Dark Horse for Katy Perry. She's a beast. I call her Karma. She eat your heart out like Jeffrey Dahmer.
Yeah. I remember that now.
Okay. So now there's all these people who are tweeting. I didn't know who Jeffrey Dahmer was until last week, but now knowing what he did, Juicy J is sick for making people, especially little kids, sing that man's name. And Katy Perry is also sick for allowing that lyric in her song.
It is an interesting line. I'm surprised people do have the option to, use the internet and look up unfamiliar. Oh, Jeffrey Dahmer. I wonder who that is. Instead of waiting for a Netflix original series to show up in your face.
Right? Why would you sing it if you didn't know it? Or why wouldn't you do the research to find out? Shiver Me Timbers tweeted, Who is going to tell me in Katy Perry's Dark Horse, one of the lyrics is she eat your heart out like Jeffrey Dahmer? I've been singing this song since I was 10.
Yeah. That's about the right age to sing lyrics that you have no clue what they mean.
Right?
Yes. There are many songs, there are many 80s songs that I remember singing as a kid where I'm like, yikes. That one's really dirty.
That one's bad.
But not too many cannibal themed lyrics out there though. So
no, and Dark Horse was released in 2013. Almost 10 years ago, and people are like, wait, Jeffrey Dahmer? Serial killer? What?
Get her.
Yeah. I did watch the trailer for that. That's the thing of nightmares.
The trailer for Dahmer, the Netflix.
Yeah,
the Netflix.
I don't think I can watch that.
Oh, come on, Kate.
Matt, have you watched the trailer?
No.
It's terrifying. And it's 2 minutes and 30 seconds of a series.
Okay, can I guess what the trailer is?
Yeah.
It's just the screen is just completely black. And you just hear nom 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 nom.
No.
Okay.
No. It's him offering a sandwich to his neighbor.
Oh.
And she was like, what is that? And he's like, it's a peace offering. It's a sandwich I made you. And she's like, I'm not going to eat that. And he's like, it's just a sandwich with meat.
Right.
And you know what that meat is, Matt. And no.
Some guy named Steve, maybe?
Maybe. It is creepy. And I always knew he's like a bad guy. Bad guy. Did bad things.
Yes.
But this actor, I have goosebumps. Thanks, no thanks. You will not catch me watching Dahmer. Not even for the show.
Fine.
I think you're going to have to watch it for the show.
What about, I don't have Netflix currently.
Currently.
Okay, fine.
Never say never.
If only there were a way to subscribe. Unfortunately, there's no way to know if that's a thing. Thanks, Kate.
Yep.
You see the video of the dude rescuing the cat in the hurricane, Kate?
No.
Okay.
The current hurricane. I feel like there's a video every hurricane, right?
Yes, there is. So there's rushing water coming through, like maybe it's between a couple of houses or maybe apartment buildings. It's kind of hard to tell. And this cat is up on this structure. The cat's well above the water that's coming through.
Okay.
And you see the dude enter the frame and go get the cat, and then the dude walks back through the water. The water's probably 1.5 feet, 2 feet high.
Okay.
Basically the height of the water that most emergency professionals don't want you voluntarily, walking into. And so this took off. We got to be like, oh, look at that dude. I saw one article was like, this guy is now everybody's boyfriend. And all it made me think was, oh, you know how many more people are willing to do such dangerous things because, hey, I could become popular on the internet. You know, you think the dude rescues the cat? If it's not, are you rolling? Are we rolling? Okay, here I go. You know, I just found it interesting.
Get my good side.
Everyone wants to go viral, Kate.
Everybody wants to go viral. But, I mean, I think that's nice that it's going viral for a good reason instead of going viral for a bad reason.
Yeah, it was nice that they edited the clip so you didn't see the dude get swept away. Yeah.
Right.
The dude and the cat go. Like my cat sound effect?
That was good. That was good.
Thank you.
Sounded angry, for sure.
Well, yeah, I didn't like being swept away in the hurricane.
Nope.
So are you into hurricane porn?
No.
No.
I feel bad that I'm not into hurricane porn. I'm not into tornado porn. I'm not into earthquake porn. Nope, it's sad.
Murder porn a little bit though, right? Lots of Dateline.
Lots of Dateline, but it's also like listening to Dateline. So I don't see it.
Yeah. Oh, really? You don't like watching those shows?
I do, but I feel like I never get to see those shows, so I just listen to it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Yeah, me neither, but it's definitely a thing.
It is definitely a thing.
What's the name of the guy? Jim Cantori, is that his name?
Mm-hmm.
The hurricane dude?
Weather Channel guy.
He's always getting blown around and stuff.
Yeah.
He got hit by a tree branch in 150 mile per hour winds, it says here. I just searched for Jim Cantori.
Recently? Like with this hurricane?
Yeah.
Oh.
I don't think he got injured.
Okay. He's like, come at me. Been hit by worse.
Come at me. It's a pretty big one.
It is. It's just too much devastation. I have a hard time, especially after Hurricane Katrina. I have a hard time looking at the aftermath and tornado aftermath. That's always so sad that there's like just trash and devastation everywhere.
Yeah, well, this is going to sound horrible, but I feel really bad for the tornado people because the tornado just kind of pops up out of nowhere.
Mm-hmm.
Like maybe you get 24 hours notice that something may pop up and occur. But the hurricane, you've known for a week or something.
Yeah. They're pretty scientific, like, oh, it's going to hit land in 6 hours. Like,
Right.
So you can batten down the hatches. But I also feel like tornado people, even when we have the warning, they're like, I'm going to go stand on my front porch and
yes, correct.
Just make sure it stays away from me.
Yeah. Blow at the sky.
Right?
Go away.
Matt, you know what I had for dinner last night?
Okay, let me see. Pizza salad.
I had pizza salad.
You did?
I did.
Yeah.
I couldn't get it off my brain.
Okay, for the unfamiliar, yesterday we were talking about this again. Kate's recipe for pizza salad is order a pizza, pull off the toppings, throw them into a salad.
Yep.
Ranch on the side. Yeah. So how was it? How did it turn out?
It was delicious.
What kind of pizza?
Pepperoni.
What brand?
Little Caesars. Hot and ready.
Pizza. Oh, good old hot and ready. Do you do the deal where you get it from the vending machine or whatever?
No, we were kind of in a hurry, so I just swung in and grabbed it. And
what do you mean?
I mean, it would have taken me longer to get on the app and order it because then it takes a full 15 minutes. And
I thought that they had them hot and ready for you to type in and then the thing unlocks.
Nope. That's when you place an order.
Huh? Really?
Yep. I do that when I know I'm going to be placing a bigger order and I know when I'm going to pick it up. I will do the hot and readies in the little tap in your code and order through the app. But
you still have to get it from the person?
Yeah.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it was still less than 5 minutes to get a pizza and crazy bread and be on my merry little way.
Yeah, you had to talk to a person though.
Wow.
I mean, I'm not saying that I'm anti-talking to people, but
it definitely sounded like it.
That's a lot of people's objections.
Yeah.
So
yeah. May I please get a pepperoni, hot and ready, and a crazy bread? Okay, thank you. That was my extent of talking to my person. She wasn't having conversation, so I just left it like that.
If I'm at the grocery store and there's a checkout lane that there's someone manning or womaning, I'll go through there for sure. I know that they're going to be faster at scanning the item and throwing it in the car, especially if I get produce or something.
Oh, so. Yeah. I haven't gone through a person in a long time at the grocery store. I'm either a self-checkout or a pickup.
Yep. Who's anti-person now?
Well, it's not anti-person as much as like I like to bag my things the way I like them bagged.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Pretty good, huh? Pretty good at it?
Yeah. Yeah. Keep all my cold stuff together.
Mm-hmm.
Keep all my soft stuff together.
Have you considered a part-time career at one of these grocery stores?
I don't have enough hours in the day.
Time to start making some sacrifices. Might need to stop attending some of the kids' activities or something. I don't know.
I don't know. Maybe just not work a part-time job to add to it.
I just want you to chase your dreams, Kate.
Chasing my dreams of bagging groceries on the side, not as a career.
Well, you know what? Now that you mention it, have you ever had a job where you're doing something that you historically love to do, and then when you weren't at work, you're like, I don't want to do that. You might ruin a very fun activity that you have. You know, you're like, I really enjoyed bagging groceries until I did it for a living, and now I can't stand to bag my own groceries when I go to the grocery store. Something like that.
I could see that.
Okay.
Kind of like when you have landscaping companies, you'd think that like their homes would be like landscaped out the wazoo, and sometimes they're like, wow, you run a landscaping company?
Yeah.
Your yard is bare.
Did you know someone like that?
Yeah.
I was going to say, this sounds familiar.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, you don't want to spend your company's fuel mowing your own yard.
Right. I don't want to trim my own bushes. I'm just going to make other people pay out the wazoo for a fully landscaped yard.
That's fantastic. Yep. Kate, I'm now picking up the ice I drop on the floor in my kitchen.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. Aren't you proud of me?
I mean, I think that's great.
For the unfamiliar, previously on Matt and Kate, I had mentioned that I drop some ice. When I drop ice on the floor, I would kick it under the fridge. Kick it across the room, get it under the fridge. Until one day when I kicked the ice, and then apparently it ricocheted and ended up on the floor melting in the middle of the kitchen, and I nearly bit it. Walking to the refrigerator to get another adult beverage. And so Kate was like, oh, sheesh, I'm glad my kids aren't listening.
And for sure.
Didn't want the children to hear this hack. And so, yes, to the children listening, I should pick up the ice and throw it in the sink and let it melt there.
Right? Or in our house, you pick it up and you give it to the dog, or you put it in the dog's bowl.
So if you're in Kate's house, that's what you do. Are you inviting the listeners into your home?
I'm inviting anyone to not kick ice cubes under their fridge.
Okay. I thought it was a pretty good hack. I'm like, it's hot under there, so that'll probably help it melt and evaporate, right?
This'll cool it down.
But no. I am capable of some personal growth, Kate.
Nice.
Yeah. Exhibit 1. It may take a minute to get to the second one.
Matt, this Uber driver is going viral because she dropped off her ride and his mistress at home with his wife and his family.
What? How this went? Explain.
Okay.
I'm so confused.
Okay. So an Uber driver picked up this gentleman at home in front of his wife and his family. Okay. And then she started to drive to his destination, and he's like, oh, I made a stop. And she's like, I saw that. So she goes to the stop and picks up. She goes, if it was a coworker, they wouldn't have kissed that way or snuggle in the back seat. So then they started talking about how I'm ready to have you away from your wife. And they're both have suitcases. So they're going on this getaway. And so instead of taking them to the airport, she took him back home where his wife and the kids were in the front yard still like hanging out.
Oh, so she busted him.
Yeah. She busted this cheater.
She did this on purpose.
Mm-hmm.
So Uber driver picks him up at the house, picks up his lady friend also.
Yep.
After that.
Not at the house, makes another stop.
And then promptly turns around and goes back and drops him and his mistress off at his house.
Yep. With their bags. So it's obvious that they were going to go somewhere.
And do it.
She's like, it's my car. You don't do that in my car.
Well, I hope you gave her a negative review then.
Well,
totally lied about the destination.
Can't she give him a negative review too?
She could, but I mean, obviously, she didn't really fulfill the task. You know, supposed to get him to the airport.
Well, you can also cancel a ride and still give someone a review, right? Like, this is why I canceled their ride.
I don't think you can cancel a ride right in the middle of it.
I think you can. I think you can kick somebody out and cancel the ride.
Oh, yeah, you just pull over and cancel it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I've never done such a thing.
Yep.
I don't have enough Uber experience, I guess, to be thrown out of the car like you have, Kate.
Never. I'm always too chatty.
Yeah, so get out of here. Shoo.
Nope.
Get out of here. After being in Vegas and taking cabs there, I got that advice like, hey, there's taxis everywhere. Just go to the taxi stand.
Mm-hmm.
One of the best things about that is that no one's going rogue with, fragrances in the taxi, really.
What does that mean?
I feel like maybe they have more rules on don't put a bunch of stuff that smells like bad perfume or whatever in your car.
Like the drivers?
Yes, Ubers smell disgusting, and cabs, I think, have a better smell, is what I'm saying.
Oh.
Or you're more likely to get someone like, here you go, I've got this thing that's misting this horrible fragrance into the car. Whereas I think a taxi cab has a more buttoned down, here are the amenities in the car, more or less. That was just my experience, at least.
Okay.
Yes, there's a good chance your Uber or Lyft might smell worse than your taxi. I think there's a good chance of that, yeah.
I've never taken a taxi, but I can't say that I really complain a lot about Ubers or Lyfts.
You've never taken a taxi?
I don't think so.
Really? Not in college or anything? You never took it?
Wow. No, there were no taxis in college. Okay. Zero.
Did you work in Westport for a while? Where did you work in?
No, I worked in Strawberry Hill.
Yeah, so no taxis?
No.
There? Okay.
Nope.
Okay, well, you missed out.
Yeah, I've only Ubered or Lyfted.
Yeah, taxi cabs smell better.
Okay.
Little tip for you, yeah.
I can't think of an Uber or Lyft where I can complain about the smell, though.
Yeah, it's just it's just a overpowering deodorant.
Like the driver or too many rides with people wearing different smells?
No. They've got an apparatus, like an air freshener. Yeah, you haven't encountered one. I haven't been in that many Ubers or Lyfts.
Yeah.
But they'll have something that's almost like a vaporizing aroma, and it's just potent in the air.
Oh, I've never had that.
Yeah. Well, you're not missing out.